There's Daddy. Early 30s, father and husband, long-distance runner, internet entrepreneur. This is Tellman Knudson.
All right, I'm on a conference call. This is the real reality of Run Tellman Run. Conference call while running.
What Tellman takes on now will take everything he's got.
I'm running across the United States of America barefoot to raise $100 million for homeless youth.
Some say it's impossible, others say it's crazy, but if you knew Tellman, you wouldn't be surprised.
Run, Tellman, run, a cause for everyone. Run, Tellman, run, towards that setting sun.
Everybody was like, wow, that guy's weird. And he always did just kind of odd stuff and had his own thing going on.
There was a less than ideal living arrangement in a step family.
People would have thought all kinds of crazy things, and I know I was even asked to talk to him one time about what's going on.
Ended up playing a lot of video games. Growing up, wasn't very athletic or whatever. Was socially pretty bad. Didn't have a lot of friends. Got picked on a lot. So, my legs were twisted in with femoral antiversion. My feet were pointed in at 45-degree angles.
He definitely looked a little bit funny, sort of a duck walk going on when he was there. And I'll tell you, a lot of folks use that, I can't say I didn't, against him.
I was running cross country at the time, and there's this skinny kid came up, and he was pigeon-toed, and he showed up to practice, and he didn't look like he was going to make it 5 steps.
They said we had 2 choices. One was to do nothing and live with the femoral antiversion, and the other was to essentially break both legs, rotate them around the bone, put him in a cast, and then wait for the bone to heal in the right position.
I just found running for the first time, and it was the first time in my life where I felt good about myself, or I locked into something I was really excited and motivated to do and cared about. And they were like, nah, you're not ever going to be able to run. So I ran as much as I could possibly run that season.
Honestly, none of us ever thought that he'd be a decent runner. And Tellman's got this inner strength / determination that most people don't have.
The muscles in my legs ended up becoming so strong that they literally bent my legs back around forward and bent my feet around forward, and then went back in to check up before the operation. They were just like, holy crap, this is a modern medical miracle.
Telly would end up setting school records on other courses. He'd hold the course record for our school and brought us up to the level where we were the number 3 or 4 team in the state.
That accomplishment alone showed him that it really didn't matter what everybody else said. If he wanted to get something done, he would just get it done. And that's still very true today.
Nobody believed that when he was spending hours online and he'd be like, I'm going to make $28,000 tonight. At that time, we were living in a tiny little apartment with 4 cats and, 3 other roommates, and we'd all be like, yeah, okay.
And literally started my internet business on $50 a month. That was all the expendable income I had.
Tellman was a very sharp, very driven guy who was bound and determined to succeed at whatever he could focus at. When he sets his mind to something, there's pretty much nothing that I know of he hasn't accomplished.
Now we're running a $5 million+ a year business, and it's continuing to grow.
When I first heard the name of his company, Overcome Everything Incorporated, I said, that just fits with Telly. He never says, I can't do anything.
That's the same determination and inner strength that every day when he's going across the country, I know he'll wake up with that in his back pocket.
I think it's amazing the things he's able to do. And that's part of the reason why when he said, Ben, you want to drive the bus? I was like, yeah, no questions, no doubts, no hesitation.
Tellman is really focused and committed on this. He set an outrageous goal. And truthfully, the people that set outrageous goals are the only ones that ever hit them.
It's why I've been able to double the size of my company every year, is because I always set my goals beyond what is really, realistically attainable, because that's what motivates me.
I have every confidence that he'll complete the trip and raise $100 million, which again is unimaginable to me. But if anyone can do it, he can do it.
Everyone in California should probably be getting ready to, meet him there when he gets there, because he's going to get there.
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Run, Tellman, run. Ugh.